That was a really bad intro. Alright, it's Slayer from the KeldorCraft build team. I'm going to be showing off what we have as an NPC plugin, which most of the servers that you know that have NPCs are going to be using citizens because it's so well done, so customizable, etc. I'm going to be showing off that, and then I'm going to show our dungeon system so far. And I've got a little test dungeon to debut. So if I click on Cookie Man right here, she'll ask me, do you want a cookie? And then it gives you a hint. You can say yes or no, and obviously I'm going to say yes because I like cookies. And then she'll give me a cookie, and then that's it. And it's very simple, but it is actually really cool, I think, because that opens up so many possibilities. So far, I'm working out Denizen and how to really get good with it, but right now I'm very pleased with it. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to show off right now is our wonderful dungeon plugin provided by Dungeon XL. And Dungeons XL is extraordinarily complex from what I found, and maybe it's just because I'm dumb. But where it's complex, it's also amazing. Okay, so with the /DXL portal command, I can grab a wooden sword and I can create a portal for a dungeon. Now, the thing about portals with DXL is one size fits all with them, right? So if I place down a sign and I put the tag DXL group, I name my dungeon test. And then down here is just some modifiers for the dungeon, right? I join this group, and then I hop into the portal. It takes me to my test dungeon, okay? And so players are going to be able to go outside dungeons. There will be probably about 3 raiding groups per dungeon, so that things don't get overcrowded, right? And then the player can hop into the dungeon by hitting the ready sign. If they're running it with multiple people, which most of the dungeons will not be multiplayer, then that's how that will go, and they will just hit the sign. They fight off some enemies, you know, pretend there are some challenges, puzzles, whatever, and then we smack the end sign, and then we pop right back out. And then it also removes us from our group. If I want to run it again, I can. Another useful feature is we can set it so that they keep their items or not, depending on the style of the dungeon. So that's cool. Now I've got another little dungeon to show off for you guys, which is a little bit more finished. Okay. So we're going to join the group for this dungeon and pop right into the dungeon. It's important to know that you need to walk through the portal, not into it. Okay. So, welcome to Fruit Fits. Dungeon cleverly designed by my girlfriend. So that's cool. We're going to go ahead and pick up. The thing about this dungeon is there are lots of random items all over it, but they're all very important. So anyway, we can pick up a sword. I have not triggered this dungeon to give you items yet, so that is important. But I don't want to reload my server right now. Okay. So anyway, enemies here. La la la. We go through, we fight them off. We head up these stairs. There is a backstory to this dungeon, but I'm not going to give it away. Also, you'll notice I'm not. Also, you notice I'm not using any texture packs because I don't want to. But yeah, there will be a higher resolution texture pack that will make the server look a lot cleaner, which is always nice. Some enemies are gonna pop out of there. You fight them off, and then yeah. We come over here and just do our thing. Gonna be some slimes down here, looks like. I actually haven't seen the whole thing yet. Fight off a spider monster down here, and then we come up here, and then here's the boss room. And then finally, when you're ready to exit your dungeon after claiming your rewards, we tap the end sign, and then we're done. So this might have been in some of the streams done by Alien Poner, but they didn't have enough views to make any importance, so yeah. So right now, our going lore is that once magic returned to the world, the elves were the last to appear because their goddess, knowing that the humans would abuse magic, didn't want to bring it back, but eventually they were convinced to, and so magic was returned to the world with this great tree right here. And so, the tree of all things right there is what this city was built around. And right now, I haven't named this city yet, but there's the little marketplace over there. Also unfinished because we're in the beta version and there's a lot to do. But yeah, over here we have a small village with tons of houses that I have to change the roof color of some of them, but yeah. Each of them have these little flags in them. These are pretty much the flag of the elves. Not even sure if they're going to be elves yet. I was actually tossing around the idea of different groups of humans. But yeah. Obviously these hoppers are there. Okay, so right here, this one is going to be a fun one. At nighttime, this door opens, and it'll actually open up to the chance to run a dungeon in here. The entrance to it will be probably up here, and players will actually be able to run that dungeon. It'll be on the scary side, which is kind of uncharacteristic of the elves, which is why they really aren't going to like talking about that house. Okay, we can come over here. As you can tell, some of the houses have a lot more decoration than others. Like these over here are much more decorated. As you can see, they all have a little bit more personality. You can thank Lana90 for that. She's doing a wonderful job with the server and just building in general. She also built the dungeon that I just showed off. Right here we have a little tavern, I guess, or a little inn for them to stay in. Gets the job done very nicely. All the elves have the same houses, and they're all kind of rustic, I guess. Simple, because that's who they are. The elves are deeply religious, and that's what makes them so special, because some of what we call classical humans, the classical humans being the ones that stuck around and did not go to Keldor City after the Great War, found themselves, what am I trying to say? They didn't trust in their god Abra because he kind of betrayed them in a way, but they kind of betrayed him too, and Abra really didn't like that. Right here we have a little elven temple built to honor that tree over there. One of the saplings from that tree was planted right here, and it grew, and now they worship it. The special part about this tree is it actually does deliver water. The elves call it something like the weeping tree, and that is that. Okay, now I'm going to show off this little marketplace. Part of the whole goal of this server, at least for me, is to create a very immersive experience, and so a lot of the characters design I have will be oddly specific. There was supposed to be an NPC here running this store, which is going to be the Dungeon Crawler Superstore, Dungeon Crawler Emporium. Right over here we have a potion shop. There will be a witch running it, but I just haven't bothered to make those NPCs because I have more things to worry about. Right here we have a little tavern of sorts, a little restaurant to get food to fuel up your player. And this is going to be the level 1 area. Yeah. So that's what makes that wonderful. Finally, I want to show off the new spawn. What I deemed my new spawn. I built some floating islands. This is going to guide you through the entire character creation process. As you can see, we have a long message that I will let you read when you join. And then these teleportation pads take you over here. You come over here, you design your character, okay? Each of these has different character slots that I won't bother reading. There will be a teleport pad I haven't bothered to make there. That'll take you over here. Here's the class island, and here you can choose what class you'll be. One problem I have with the current RPG plugin I have is that you can't change your class and you can't delete your character yet. So I'm working out a system where you can delete your character if you want to go back and play the game again as a different class and get a different feel. So yeah, that's all. Have a good day.